Hey guys, welcome to another part of our BT14 feature tournament. Today we're starting the losers bracket out with WarGreymon versus Blue Hybrid. I'm going to be commentating on the part of WarGreymon.
Hey guys, this is Nick Wimpy Noodle of the Banter Boys. I'll be commentating on the side of Blue Hybrids. I didn't actually play this one in the tournament, but I'll be commentating for it. David and I brainstormed a lot on this one, and David was piloting it throughout.
Alright, well let's get right into the video. So we're finally starting out the losers bracket. First one being WarGreymon and Blue Hybrid. I think David and I both, going into this, we were kind of expecting Blue Hybrid to struggle a bit. Like, WarGreymon has the X-antibody stuff, so its stacks are going to end up being like really, really big. And it can just kind of like OTK out of racing sometimes, so it can be kind of hard for Blue Hybrid to like play its defense correctly, you know?
Right, I don't know how it's supposed to tax Wargrey, especially if they're trying to tax sources and control your board and stun it, especially if you have that X option that can't be trashed, because that's the only way they do trash it.
Yeah, and this deck is playing it too. Unfortunately, like, I did have a weird start. Like, I had like 3 Agu X, and the Agu X I played whiffed. David had a bad start too, though. He had to play the Davis to find the rookie.
Right. I mean, you do have that one of Gray X, which, I mean, that's going to be coming up eventually, and, oh, wait. Yep, the Agumon lived, and now you get to boost.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of was like taking a risk there. I was like basically hoping, okay, either I hit a Tamer and I can boost, or it dies and I just play an Agumon. But it worked out. So here I really was debating the Greymon, just so that I could do the Grey X for free, but I really needed a 5, so I just went with the Metal X.
Yeah, and that makes sense. So there's our first Cody, or is it Cody? No, it's Tommy. Unlimited Tommy. It's really interesting, the new hybrids and whatnot, but I still think Blue Hybrids is a little bit slow because you don't get to play Tamers for free the way Yellow Hybrids does.
And Red Hybrid too.
Right. Well, Red Hybrid, yeah, they play the Tamers for free, but I feel like I hit them more in security than ever.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so I finally saw a Greymon, so I'm feeling pretty good. Just
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Double boost.
Yep. I feel fine. Get the
WarGrey X, the OTK is gonna ramp up even more.
So unfortunately this Gomamon does not have the jamming baby, so this swing, he will die, because he had the Wanyamon instead of the jamming one. David was playing 4 of the jamming, 1 of the Wanya, so kind of unfortunate timing, but he did want the draw there.
Right.
And now the Lanamon dies.
Yeah, I think he expected to lose the Lanamon, and if you raid into that unsuspended Lanamon, then I don't think an ace saves him. You probably would have the DP to get over. Well,
Yeah.
actually, Zudamon's 8k, and does he get to choose the sources that he gets to strip? Because if so, then it could have been a decent, bounce back.
Maybe. That actually has a decent point. It would depend on all the DP sources I had. I'm pretty sure I had the 2k Agumon, and then a 1k baby, and another 1k tie. So,
Yeah.
I think it could have tied, possibly. But even if it did tie, I would have gotten the 3 memory off.
Even with the 1k and a 1k boost from tie, because you get to raid, that's enough, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
looks
I'm
like
going
you're coming in with some
WarGrey.
damage.
Yeah. I don't have Sec Attack, and I don't have the Piercing. I'm just gonna go in for the poke. Just getting it one.
Yeah, Blue Hybrids, they're very low to the ground mid-range. You rarely go past level 5, and when you do, it should be for an OTK or hard control card.
Yep.
And
I do get the
yeah,
Ripple
you're
Trash.
not scared of anything in security, I don't think.
Yeah.
He's not even getting memory off these Tamers either, because he wasn't able to strip enough sources.
Yep. Now, I did make a mistake here. I foolishly just went like, oh, whatever, he can't do anything. And then he did get the pseudo ace me, which I was not thinking of. I need to start getting used to that. But like, I'm so far ahead, like, it's not really gonna matter that much.
Right, I don't think he can put out enough damage to deal with this in time. What level 6 could he be looking for, or could he use to turn this around?
Yeah, there isn't really one. His 6s are Azulongmon and Hexablow, and both of them are kind of bad in this matchup.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he's gonna Joe. He takes a minute to decide what he wants to strip. I forgot what he chooses, to be honest.
I know he wants to get rid of that protection so that he can bounce, but that's most important. Aside from that, I think it's just going to be DP probably, but yeah, I'm not sure that this is going to last, especially if you get overflow off of this.
Yep, and
It doesn't matter if you pierce or not.
Yeah, and really I didn't need to do that because I've got the Blitz Omni in hand. So I just attack with the check and then so yeah, that's the game one. It took a little longer than I might have expected, but it did kind of go how I expected for WarGrey still.
Right. So I noticed you're playing the boost. Are you playing any of the training cards?
So I'm actually not, and that's because with WarGrey, training is a little awkward because you have the black tie, which is really, really important. So you have this weird mix of like mono red cards that are really good for you, and a few really critical mono black cards. So I actually don't like training in this deck for that reason.
Right, you don't want to miss those ties. They're actually, every time I play WarGrey, I'm like, man, I wish I had like 3 ties on the board instead of just 2.
Exactly.
Now, I know some people run that EX1 Greymon just to play more.
Yep. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to do the new Agumon effect, but you know, we get the Agu X, we get some searching.
So, also interesting that that David is running the Siakomon. I really like it. Especially in the training meta that's coming up. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't really do anything to your board, and the one time you had Midoki up, you were able to raid into it last game.
Yep. And then now here, I've got a Greymon blocker. I believe he is going to poke the Strabi for the draw. He does strip, but I'm still a blocker, so I don't block anyway. Like,
right.
he can't attack over me unless he has like... Well, yeah, he's suspended, so like, I knew he wasn't going to attack over it.
There's the first Howling boost. Those are pretty nice, especially when he was struggling for memory on the previous game. And you're just digivolving to keep Sorojo, useless.
Yep. Yeah, and I choose not to do the tie. I'm just going to choke him. I've got a Greymon in hand, so that Agumon is going to evolve for free on my next turn. So I'm feeling pretty good. Now
you got this. Go ahead.
Yeah. So now, like, I saw him in turn on Akuma. I'm like, oh no, there might be an ace coming. So I was sitting there thinking for a little while, and I elected not to come out just yet because an ace right then actually would have hurt a lot. So I do decide to attack because I actually don't. Or no, sorry, I changed my mind there because I realized, oh wait, zero ace. So I just passed turn on big blocker.
Yeah, and that's another kind of funny, interesting side effect of these ace cards. You have to kind of, it's a bit of a gamble if there is or isn't the ace. He didn't even have one the whole time, but if you did and you fell into it, it would have been pretty disastrous.
Yep. Yeah, so now he's just gonna like ice wall me. I'm not stunned, so I can still attack. I'm just gonna be tacked for attacking. At this point, I actually don't have another BT12 WarGrey in my hand, so what I end up deciding is, you know what? If you do have the zero ace, I want it back in my hand. So I raid in, and then he didn't have it. So I'm like, okay, that's fine too.
It's kind of funny. I feel like the easiest way for Blue Hybrid to get Tamers on the board is just get them out of security. And if you're waiting to OTK, what does he do? He's just low on them, and that's another point I wanted to make. He's low on them, but you have not Hades forced once. Do you even run it? Because, like I said, you have that hand full of Digimon, and I see one boost and tie.
Yeah, so I'm actually not running Hades Force in this deck. Like, it was partially just because I wanted to try out the new cards. And also, I don't know, like, Hades Force is a good card. You absolutely should play it, but I just feel like it doesn't mix the games with outing sometimes.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
So...
Also, my only, like, black-red level 6 is the BT12 WarGrey, because I am playing the WarGrey X and the new WarGrey, which are not part black, so...
That makes sense as well. So you're not running the Ace WarGrey from the starter deck?
No, I tried that out in the previous tournament for BT13. Like, it's okay. I mainly wanted to try out the new WarGrey, and the WarGrey... See, both the BT12 WarGrey and the BT14 WarGrey pair really well with WarGrey X, if you have the X antibody. So I really wanted to, like, try out that combo to show off, like, I feel like WarGrey X is kind of forgotten, but the card's actually pretty good.
Right. Wargray with the X option into Wargray X, you can do 2 Wargray X swings, gain tons and tons of memory, especially if you can get the memory setter tie that gives an extra check, or the Greymon that gives an extra check.
Yeah, so I swing the Sorcerer's one first in case I hit Sorai. And yeah, then I swing the other one, do 2 checks. I forget what I do next. Oh, I just go boost. And then I retreat, because I'm like, okay, I don't really care.
No Tamer's Insecurity.
Yep.
It's a shame.
Yeah, because they're all in his hand. That's kind of the problem he's running into. Like, he has been stuck on no rookie multiple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no Syakomon, no Gomamon, no Madoki, and maybe he's afraid to play Tamers because of the Hades Force. You know, that makes a lot of sense too. Oh, yeah. This Sorai turn's actually impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but I believe I have at least 1 Wargray X. Oh, no, I don't have it yet. No, I have it. Yes, I'm pretty sure I do the Wargray X here. Oh, now I have Blitz on me too. So I'm feeling like I probably don't attack, because like, what is he gonna do to me?
Where is Beowulf?
Yeah, I mean, I know. Like, is he not playing like any training or boost? Because it seems like his search power is like pretty low.
And now you're swinging in with the Wargray X. Still no Tamer.
So I did not have the BT12 medal, so I wanted to like see it. Okay, I didn't see it. And then
This
I do
is so sad.
X. Finally see the good metal gray, so I'm gonna evolve that to best.
This is so sad. It's like the one time that Soren Joe would have been really good. He just draws it. No.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
like, let's
even
play the game.
Like even without Hades Force, Wargray is just so good at getting rid of Digimon on board, so it's really hard for him to like get things to stick.
Right, because even with the X option, you can unsuspend, pierce, raid, end of attack, nuke something,
gain memory
and then
from
swing
the check.
again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so I think next turn I'm gonna get to do something like kind of neat. I'm gonna be honest, like there were like 5 ways I could have gamed him in this next turn, but I end up going for style.
It's just so funny because he hits 1 check and it's a boost.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we go Metal X, tie, memory, get it back. And then I go... Okay, yeah, I realize, oh wait, I need to style right now. So, I do miss sequence a little bit. I forget to play the X-Ante body first. But you can see I had my hand. So, we do X-Ante into the new Wargray. I get to pseudo Blitz, and then other Wargray. And because I have 2 Wargray X's, I'm gonna gain 2 memory off of this 1 security check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and I pierce over 2.
Well, you got your style points. You know Ice Wall's not in security.
Yeah. Yeah, so we gain 2 memory off of both of them, and then just Blitz Omni.
Blitz Omni, most popular level 7. Makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, so unfortunately that's the end of Blue Hybrid's run. It is a little disappointing. I know that some people were like... I don't know if I should say hyped. They were definitely interested in the fact that Tommy was back to 4, but I kind of feel like that the way things are now is just not really good enough just bringing Tommy back. Like, you would have to bring back Ice Wall and possibly Mega Digimon Fusion for Blue Hybrid to, like, really be a menace.
Yeah, I think he had some really good moments where he was controlling your board, but it was still going to take some time to remove this stuff, to bounce it all, to get, you know, benefit and value off of it when you were so constructively removing his board. Even without Hades Force, he still needed to be lucky and get something decent out of security, and it just wasn't even happening.
Yep. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. But I think it made for, like, some interesting showcases of like what Blue Hybrid is capable of now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Gray signing off.
This is Nick signing off.